this computer, I guess. All right. So I just wanted to share like their top 4 focuses. And then I want to talk a little bit about 2019, kind of like what we addressed as far as that goes. And um, I know it was 2 years, Rachel, you've been a consultant? Okay, yeah. So I feel like you've lived long enough. Michelle, how long you?
A consultant?
Yeah. 3 this spring?
4 years in the spring.
4 this spring.
Yeah, I had 2 this week.
Mm-hmm. 2 this week for you?
3 in October.
Okay. All right. So that gives, you've got some history, some background. Number 1 focus is excellent products. It's where they're spending their money. Research and development, testing, innovation, money, money, money. That's where the board wants the money to go. The board is totally on board with product excellence, which I think that, I don't know if you guys ever have issues with the laundry detergent, but company-wide, there are issues, major issues on the leaders page. Johanna has major issues. There are people like her that have major issues like that, like grease spotting all over clothing. And I don't hear it a lot on our team at all. Like, we are weird.
I will get that on like athletic shorts sometimes. It's the only material I get it on. Like Nevin.
It's like Under Armour clothing being ruined, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's a water thing. It's a chemistry thing. So their money, they are pouring it into those consumable products and excellent products. So that's number 1. Number 2, simplifying and strengthening the consultant journey. Presently, so this is a shift over the course of the last year, and I've seen it. They want to make sure to stay super relevant with where our sales are coming from. Right now, 40% of sales are in home. That was 60 a year ago still. And that's 30 was virtual. Right now we're still at 30, but we've dropped. We're right now 40% in home, 30% virtual, and there's some pain points there because and then the rest would be like events or catalog parties and stuff to fill in the rest of the gap. So
the other, when you say what kind of party it is,
other events, etc. Events was smaller before, and that's grown a little bit, but they just really hit on those 2. So definitely when we became a company, and even looking back, guys, to when I joined, which it's about 7.5 years now, massive transition. And you've seen it all. I mean, don't you feel like you've seen the transition from primarily all in home to, I mean, we're seeing more virtual. Obviously home office was not set up at all for marketing purposes to be able to market digitally as heavy. And so there's transition there. I think we'll see some things. That's their number 2 focus, is to simplify and strengthen the consultant journey so that they're serving that portion of our consultants, that digital side. To simplify and strengthen the customer journey as well. So some things that they're taking into consideration, I know no other than this list, but consumable price points, which we've been begging for, like, let's have conversations about these consumable price points. Hi, Johanna Brown. Retention and the need to come back and buy more and not be able to live without it. I mean, I promise you, I'm not going anywhere for my makeup because I'm obsessed with and love mascara makeup. I love it. Therefore, I want, oh, sorry. You can talk. Don't mute yourself. Unmute yourself. I'm unmuting you. Unmute. It won't let me. There you go.
Hey, guys.
Hey, so I'll just back up for just a second. I'm just talking about their 4 focuses for this year, but I'm only on number 2 anyway. So number 1, excellent products. Money is being spent on research and development and testing. R&D and testing. R&D and testing, like big time. That's where they're spending their money. The board is totally on board with spending their money on excellent products, which is awesome. Specifically excellent consumable products, because obviously we have killer microfiber, and that's not where the need is. 2 was simplify and strengthen the consultant journey and really, really start to focus and develop, which they have been, like expanding their marketing and marketing departments specifically for the virtual growth of Norwex and what that looks like. Simplify and strengthen the customer journey. And then the last one was leadership development. So I'm excited about that. Those are their big 4 focuses. And then they really kind of got into like, okay, so why the leadership experience and why focus on leadership? And really, because when you look at leaders, you know, each individual person is really running, like, I just thought it blows my mind all the time, but multi-million-dollar businesses. And that's clearly where, you know, they need to be investing. People are looking for leadership. They want answers, and then so on and so forth. So those are the big 4 focuses. We've gone through a little bit of a structural change at the top, which I think is exciting. This was not confidential. Obviously, we saw Christy, but it wasn't necessarily Christy. It was the role of the CEO. So with reorganizing the top of Norwex, they eliminated the CEO positions for both USA and Canada, filled the global CEO position with Judy when Ivan retired. And the restructuring, I mean, most companies, no companies have multiple CEOs. It's just really not heard of. So what it looks like now, because we have hired a new individual, his role is a chief sales officer. So his name is Rick. I can't remember his last name. I walked up to him and was like talking to him and shook his hand. And I was like, so are you a new RSM? And he's like, no, chief sales officer. I'm like, thanks for letting us know, Norwex. You know? By the way, somebody might be here. Super nice guy. He worked 20 years with Avon, and then he was with Melaleuca for a while, and then he went to Elf on the Shelf. That was one of his non-direct sales experiences, and then really wanted to get back to direct sales. So he's moving to Dallas. I liked him.
Young, old? I mean, if he's been doing it for that long, but like how
Kids
old?
are grown and he has 1 grandchild. I'd say mid-50s. He's probably like my dad's age. My dad's going to be 60 this year, but I would guess he's got 1 grandchild that's a baby.
Okay.
So he's got good experience. They really spent. No. I'll show you a picture of him. He's the front left corner of the picture that I sent you guys with all the black jacket leaders.
Okay, I'll have to look again.
Right in the front. If you're looking at the picture, front left. Yeah, go look right now and tell us what you think. Just kidding. But this is the important part to me. Like, I went to this really needing, like, all right, so limited business background knowledge. I have a degree in business, but a lot of consultants don't, right? So when you see some structural changes and you hear that, you're thinking, all right, what's going on with Norwex? What's the health of the company? Was that a look to Rick, Johanna?
He's not hot.
No. He looks like he'll fill the role well. Like, he just, whatever. Wait, what's the hot one's name?
Philip?
Philip. He's really not even that hot.
Really not. I mean, he's cute. Whatever.
Yeah. So one thing Judy really talked about, and I don't really know how confidential all of this is or not, but they told us everything in the room was confidential. So I'm doing this with like the expectation that's confidential. I'm not sharing much with you other than just some simple facts, but I do want to show you a slide in a second. It kind of talks about it will help you envision what 2019 was for Norwex. But one thing Judy said to us was, first and foremost, you need to know that Bjorn was a bankruptcy lawyer. That was his career. And so we are an extremely conservative company. And the financial health of Norwex is incredible. It's got a very solid foundation, and it always will have that because they are extremely conservative. when they are making decisions, they're not making decisions with the thinking about, okay, well, what if we're around in 5 years or 7 years or 10 years? They really are everything that they do is so that we have a financially solid company in 50 years or 60 years, or Johanna goes, like when Debbie's dead. I'm like, yeah, I loved it. But yes, like super, super solid company. And what I just got to pull this up really quickly. What you're looking at really is like, is the revenue going up? And the answer is yes, over time. Yes. So I'm going to screen share really quickly with you just so you can have a visual in your head in front of you. This is not this is not Norwex. This is Coca-Cola. But it's a really, 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 this is how Judy took the time to explain it to us. And I feel like this is their goal with leader development, is like to really give us a solid business background too. So what you see in blue is the constant daily change. And this is over an 8-year period of Coca-Cola. So look at the blue line. It is constantly up and down, right? But over time, a gradual increase. Not even that gradual, pretty good increase over time. With Norwex, we have had since inception absolutely, positively no dips, none, zero. It's unheard of. And so when you zoom in here, right, like look at all these little jogs. Our line, it's not a price of stock, but it's really considered the profit. So revenue is this one right here. It's the profit line. Goes up 100% with no dips, zero, until 2019. So we saw a dip, and when they zoomed in on it for us, it looked like this tiny little.
I was just going to say, how big of a dip?
Very minuscule in comparison to the whole line, like minuscule. And I'm talking about Norwex USA,
right?
Because Canada was really very flat for several years, like flat, was considered a mature market. And that's where Dolores Vanden Bogard was like out the door. She was done. She was getting a real estate license and she and her husband had already decided this. This was like in 2012 when I met her, when I joined. And since then, Judy came on and her goal was to double the profits of the company in 5 years, and she did it in 4. So, in any event, it's a business term called market correction. Whenever you have like good growth, you then kind of correct yourself. Maybe the line was a little bit high, and so the market kind of naturally corrects itself. So they really consider this year a bit of a market correction. And you would think that for having 0 dips in 25 years, you might see a huge market correction, but it's really, when they zoomed in on it, it looked kind of big. When they zoomed out, it was like barely noticeable. So revenue for the company is still very much up. And very, 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 you want your revenue, like Coca-Cola is not a great example because most of the time you don't see a huge
question
like that. Yeah, go ahead.
What's the difference between profit and revenue? I literally have no idea.
After they pay out their expenses. So it's
okay.
Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You want your revenue line to be like pretty steady Eddie. You don't usually see a big jump like you see there for Coca-Cola. But look at how much that even their revenue line corrected after. Like, it was a huge jump and then a correction. And I've shared some of this with Johanna. I didn't have a visual in front when I talked to her for like 2 hours in the car ride home the other day because I was driving 5 miles an hour in the snow. And I said, I feel like for me, what it told me was, okay, after you go for a big promotion or you have like huge growth, right? Even personally in our own little businesses, we have a correction. And that just makes me feel like, you feel a little bit weird and depressed. You're not really sure what to do after you promote. And then you're kind of like, all right, we're going to grow into it. And maybe it takes a year to really grow into it. And it just depends. Kathy Mitchell asked me this summer, she said, do you feel like you've grown into your black jacket? And I was like, no. But I feel like this is the year, for whatever reason. I mean, to promote it and then had a good year with Norwex, and then to have the company experiencing slowdown, it wasn't great timing. So we have a conservative budget all the time. They build Judy just kept referring to it as a legacy, not a 10-year business. And they would do absolutely nothing to compromise the foundation that the business is built on. It's very uncommon to maintain. She said that is also extremely uncommon to maintain a conservative foundation. Like, most companies do not maintain a conservative foundation. So they're super conservative, and they always will be, because, I mean, really, Bjorn's entire life was spent in not just bankruptcy, but commercial bankruptcy. That's where his expertise is in. So they want
to avoid.
What? Yeah, for sure. Their goal for us as leaders is to put on our seatbelts and drive our teams and not think about the rest at all. And I love that. And the cheering and the, just excitement in the room was really good. We needed to hear that. And, it was great. I felt like they were super open with us, and there was a lot of conversation. Sometimes you feel like you're not heard, but there was a lot of conversation this time about, what we're seeing in the field, what people are wanting, what we're hearing, like as far as the experience goes. So when you're at your parties and people are like, well, this company does this, or how does this work? Or you have ideas, just like, what did you just tell me, Rachel? You were talking about, you've written it down.
What?
What you said at the beginning, like just in terms of offering a discount and ways
like
to process that, and something, just like they're open to ideas, I feel, more than ever. So there was a huge long list of IT updates. They've already made some that I can definitely talk about, but here's what they have done. We can change the host on a party. They know about that. I believe they've actually gone in and even done an update while we were there that day. We can use a credit card on file. TRM views are amazing.
How do you? Oh, we can use a credit card on file, not okay.
Correct, which we couldn't before. We can use our account balance for shopping sprees.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Mm-hmm.
I agree. I still won't do it. I don't do it. Like, I slap that baby on my credit card because I want to see it there. Product description page, updated layout. The frequently bought together section has improved. Like, it's accurate now. It used to just give random stuff. And they've improved the search function, and it's only going to get better in this coming year. So customer 2020 focus, like I said, their major goal is customer acquisition, retention, and sales. That's what we should really have our focus on too. And everything that they do is to help us retain customers buying consumable products, which is huge. I mean, I have consultants who come from other businesses who sometimes are like, well, do people come back and buy things? Because look at, like, the microfiber lasts forever. Do they need things? And yes, 50% of our catalog is consumable, but we need to have super duper high quality programs or products for them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like the rubber broom fiasco.
Exactly. Yeah.
Still have people asking for that. Last night I had several people asking for one.
Yep.
I had someone tell me that hers broke yesterday. She said, I know you can't do anything about it. I know it was a recall. I lied. I took a picture of it in my garbage can and kept it anyways and got the money back, but kept it anyways. She goes, because I loved it. And it finally broke. She's like, nobody got cut. Don't worry.
I cut myself pretty good because I was the same. I didn't get the refund or anything, but I was like, I'm not returning it. I love this thing. And then I was doing entry mats and boom, snappo, and I cut myself in two spots.
She got the refund and then took it right back out of her garbage.
So there are a lot of things coming that are incredible IT updates. Like I really cannot share because I'll blow conference.
Am I going to be so excited?
I was just going to ask, are there any big surprises at conference that we can like look forward to?
I think there are some good IT things to look forward to.
Okay.
Yeah, some good things coming. And then I think we'll see.
When they first announced the app that ended up being, I like almost pooped my pants. I was so excited.
These are.
We got tour guide.
Did you say pooped your pants or peed your pants?
No, I was so excited.
These are.
We're going to know products December 15th, though. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know that there will be any reveal of new products at conference that they're not releasing, but there will be a January release, January 1 when they're available, and then there will be I think a February.
March.
February or March. Yeah, a couple of them. I will tell you that they are putting their number one IT focus is major website enhancements.
Good.
So like think of the sites that you like to go on and shop, right? Was super duper easy. Amazon's super easy, right? So just making it feel a lot more like
I hope they do a roundup to the nearest dollar for the foundation.
It's good feedback. I can let them know that because it can't be hard.
No, like every other site has that.
And hopefully working towards something for a super easy reorder, like option for consumable products. Like, I'm pretty excited about some of the things that are coming. Some of them they won't even talk about until national conference. So.
Yeah, I feel like unique. Like you can like get on a system and you can get your mascara like every like
Auto ship. Like if they auto ship detergent.
Do they have that, Michelle? Unique have auto ship as a customer?
Yeah, and if you enrolled in the program, I believe you get free shipping.
Yeah, they offer that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just jot that down because they're talking about a couple of other things. I mean, obviously the auto ship has been brought up. I just want to make sure that you don't have to be enrolled in the program because I don't really feel like Norwex is going to go that way.
Right.
The program thing, but as a customer, if you can set up an auto ship with Unique, I would be interested. They would want to. I want to share that with them.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing this. Do you get it? It's pretty cool. Like I felt after seeing it and hearing Judy be like, there are zero things financially for you to be worried about with Norwex. Like, okay. Whoops. How do I
Don't leave the meeting.
I know. Where is it? View? Stop share?
Yeah.
Detergent is still available in case you guys needed to know.
Oh shoot.
But stop share.
I don't see it. Do you see it?
No. But I can tell you that I saw your battery saying it was 99% charged with it plugged in. And I'm sitting here going, how's that possible? My computer's not even plugged in. There's a little lightning bolt on there. I was really confused. Like, oh my gosh, this new computer is so great. Maybe it charges itself like it.
Well, I can have. Are you still?
You're still.
Oh, here we go. Seriously. Oh my gosh. I got to take my van to have tires put on. Between 2:30 and 3 is the time. Well, this is too much. I'm gonna leave this for conference for you. I think it's cool. They are really focused on sustainability as well. So packaging of our products, shipping of the products, etc. All right, so here's just a few things from Dolores. And I think of, you just have to, I wish I could have recorded her and just showed it to you because it was amazing. She can be so forward, so kind. Like, you know what I mean? She can just tell you what you need to hear, but do it in a nice way. But she said one thing that really inspired her to stick around was a US RSM said at leadership conference, probably like 2013 or something like that. And I've heard somebody say this before, but I don't remember who it was. And this is just going to depend on where you are in your business and what's going on with your team. But if you don't like your team, get a new one. It is not set in stone that your team is what your team is, and that's it, you know? So if you don't, not like them, but if you don't like what's going on and you're not seeing the growth and you're like, why? I mean, this is me. Why is everybody so casual all of a sudden? Why? It's not me. It is them. Maybe they've gone through a life change. And, you know, I had 3 personals move to Michigan this year, as crazy as that seems, but all of them. And one just messaged me today. She's a pastor. One's a pastor's wife. They were like, I really felt like I needed to give it time before I jumped at them with Norwax. And I was like, it's called cultivating a relationship. It's huge. You got to do that first. You have to become friends before you. So a lot of my personals are there and they're just kind of hanging out, not sure if they're going to work or not. But you got to get new ones, which sounds daunting and exhausting, but just break it down to do what you know works. And this business is not that complicated. This is one thing I really took away. We as leaders, we need to know how to book parties and know how to hold the party. And then we need to teach people how to book parties and how to hold the parties. And that's really it. It's booking the party and holding the party and booking the party and holding the party. And that's just the couple of things that we need to make sure that we are doing. And it only comes with time and practice. And I did pick up a couple of tips with regards to bookings too. So I'm just looking through my notes here again really quickly. So the biggest thing that Dolores found when she was getting back into it and decided she was going to be committed was that she decided that she was going to make a commitment no matter what. There was no more 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door. It was commitment and consistency and moving forward. And that was it. Find both of those in yourself and light a fire under your ass. That's what she said. So that was good.
Amanda, did they say anything about because it's been a year with the Safe Haven 5, did they comment at all if it like met expectations, exceeded expectations, or?
They didn't really. No, I think that it's been good. They've been selling collections and I think people are focused. I don't know. They didn't really talk about that a whole lot. They did talk about, Dolores just shared this too. Oh, this was Pam Altendorf. Consistent, perseverance, and commitment. Same things, like the same 3 words. And I've told Michelle a couple times, I just like the word muddle. You know, sometimes you're just kind of like, feel like you're going through the motions and you're booking parties and maybe you're not where you want to be, but you just kind of have to keep going and make that decision too. And then be working toward consistency. And I'm here to tell you, it can take, like for me, I felt like I had committed and decided and was working toward getting my calendar where I want it to be over a year and a half ago. And I just kept going and just kept going and just kept going. And so now for the first time, like, oh my gosh, I have 10 parties in January. I have parties in February. I have parties in March. And it did not feel like that last year. And it did not feel like that the year before. And you kind of got to think of your own personal schedule and life and where you maybe have little market corrections. I love that term. If you have a really good month, like you've got strong sales recruiting, I even think going into the next month, it's hard to maintain. So maybe you have a little bit of, you ever see that, right? Like you have a killer October and then your November's not so fabulous because you corrected yourself. You had a little correction. That's what I'm going to start calling it. It's a correction. Yeah, scheduling parties, holding parties, teaching others to hold parties, and mindset as far as bookings go. So I'm going to do a booking blitz for everybody. Eileen's going to help me bring it to life. Called Dashing Through the Nose. Dashing through the snow, dashing through the nose, like looking for nose. And then I'll let you fill in your line there, Eileen, because she was like,
I said, then let's make the New Year sleigh.
make the New Year's sleigh. You can hear it, right? I'll sing it for everybody. And we're going to do a team competition with another Black Jacket leader. Her name is Carrie Grome. She's actually a cousin, not my cousin, but business cousin of mine, ours. She would have been under a leader who was also under Sherry Gauthier at the top. So
I didn't know that.
yeah. And her business has been super duper duper strong. She does Norwex full time now. She has for quite a while, but I like her a lot. And she's somebody I've connected with from the beginning. We probably started at similar time. And in any event, I gave her a ride back to Columbus, Ohio from leadership or from this meeting because it's 3 hours away. And I was like, did you drive? And she was like, no, I flew. Why did I fly? I'm like, I don't know. It would be like me flying to Rochester. And she had to go to like Atlanta to get there. And then on the way home to Detroit to get there. It was so funny to me. It's one road. I took I-71 from Louisville, Kentucky to Columbus, got off, took a left, took a right, and I was at her house. Carrie, this is crazy. She's driving the leadership. But we're going to run it. I'm going to roll it out like Sunday night. I'll probably go live. But this is the list that I'm going to provide everybody with. And this was a big thing that Dolores did to really, 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 really get her team going and moving. And it was pretty exciting to me. And I looked at it at first and I was like, don't give me a task while we're here. I just want to listen and learn. But I did it. I didn't do it completely because I wasn't totally focused, but it's just called Who Do You Know instead of the Frankie list. And on here are categories such as hairdressers, teachers, nurses, somebody in direct sales in another company. And it's just list making. And then I circled everybody who already has Norwex. And so those people that you're circling become your booking leads, and the people who are left without a circle are your try me leads. So really teaching our teams the difference between reaching out to complete strangers and asking for a booking, because they have no idea. I mean, some people just want to help and are cool about that, but for the most part, like, we really need to train our teams how to approach like try me leads, people that they want to introduce to the product, and those relationship, that cultivating thing, versus booking leads, the people who know it, who are familiar with it. Maybe they did a party for you before, maybe they've bought stuff from a party before, like all of those things. They have some Norwex or have used some Norwex. So I'm going to provide this for everybody. I do have a digital copy of it, but I'm thinking maybe we can throw a little snowy background on there or something like that.
We'll make it pretty.
It's this side and it's this side. So when you're done, you're looking at like 40 times 3, 120-ish people. And if they really sit down and do it, it could be awesome. So we'll train on that first, getting them going. And then we'll do the booking blitz like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It will have a start time and a finish time. 1st to 50 is the goal. I'm looking for something big to buy and give away. Like, remember the bags, the little recycled billboard bags that Norwex gave the senior leaders? They gave us a big bag. And then like everybody had the little, Michelle, you have that pouch, don't you? Green is the new black. I'm going to hop on that website. There's a couple of other sites. I'm thinking about maybe something like that just to kind of go along with the mission. I was thinking a Kate Spade bag, but then I was like, maybe I'll do this. So they have different, you look like you just smelled your armpit, Johanna Brown.
Sniff, sniff.
That's what I was doing.
So that's what I'm thinking. Somewhere maybe around $100, $125. That's kind of my budget. We'll see.
I love my billboard bag
I do too. Love it. Oh my gosh.
all the time.
I do too. So maybe I'll see what one of those over the shoulder bags costs. This will be for everybody, leaders, the whole downline. It will be on my page. So if you have people that maybe want to participate, if they're not on my page, just add them, or we can do a post on the PG Clean page and say, hey, if you want to participate in this booking blitz, we'll add you to this page. You can remove yourself afterwards. Totally up to you. It will be January bookings. Sorry, go ahead.
It has to be January bookings, and they can't be
what?
Can't be booked at parties.
From the blitz. Yeah.
Just from the
I think that's a big
yes.
caveat. They gotta let them know.
Yeah, I will.
Because I've never done it that way before, so
Yeah.
my team would need to.
I mean, if we make it a real, like, true booking blitz, and the goal is to focus on filling their January calendar, that's what it is. You know, it's a blitz to book. And I think people need, I've always just done this, but I think we need to train them. When you don't have parties, you have to do something about it. So go to
Rather
the
than
list.
just complain that it's too hard.
I don't have any parties. What do I do? So let's train them. This is your list. You can always go back to this and update it, and then we'll give them the language to talk about that with people, and they can just message. They can call.
I love that it's teaching the difference between like cold calling for a party and inviting them to try it out. And then once you've invited them to try it out and they try it out and
they get
then
circled,
And they get
and then they move on your list. You know,
I
they
feel like that's such a missing link because people are just like, okay, these are the people I know. Like we tell them to write a Frankie list. Okay, these are the people I know. And then you're like, hey, we have a party, and people are telling them no because they have no idea what they're talking about.
Yep. So
I think
it's
that's great.
all about cultivating their relationship, and sometimes that might take months. You know, you just gotta hang out and be patient. But once it happens, boom, it might open you up to crazy, awesome things. My husband just sent me a reminder. Don't forget about the tires. So I'm going to go over the leadership schedule super fast, and then we'll wrap up. I do want to talk about the opportunity event, making modifications to it, but I can connect with Eileen more about that. If you have people on your team who want to be in the video, like just have them get it done. I got like 0 response, so whatever. Finding a new team. We get there on the 8th. Registration goes from 1 to 10. It's a little bit of a different schedule. It's going to be good. Black Jacket meeting starts at 5. It goes from 5 to 6. Senior leader meeting, Johanna, is from 6:30 to 7. And we have a speaker, and hopefully, Michelle Galloway. You would be invited to that. The Red Jacket meeting.
Oh,
What are your, what are your numbers?
She's like, slow your roll, Amanda.
What are your numbers right now? Because you can be totally forward with us and tell us.
I have 24 engaged as of today.
Okay.
That's awesome.
awesome.
That's a third of the way through, my
That
friend.
is
Yeah.
amazing.
3 of my West Coast people so far. They
Okay.
don't, but they are. A few of them are engaging. So 24 engaged as of, and I'm waiting for 2 more if they can order freaking detergent. So it might be 20 by the end of.
I think that's really good spot to be in on the 6th of the month.
Yeah.
All right,
It was amazing. Personals.
11.
So almost half, right? Did you do
Awesome.
25? Okay. There. We got to have that little celebration.
Break, off the break. I got freaking slush in my gallbladder. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. You're going to have it removed.
I know.
It better not be the first week of January.
I won't make it the first. I got Billy Rubin. Joe's like, what is that? It sounds like a restaurant in South Buffalo. I was like, no.
Billy Rubin. You're Billy Rubin. You're yellow.
Rubin levels. He's like, what is it? A restaurant? I'm like, no.
That's what, like, when you have jaundice, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they check babies for.
So she's been having some major stomach issues, but my friend Erin had to have her gallbladder out, and my brother-in-law had to have his out in an emergency. So she said it kind of depends on how.
When she says stomach issues, she means I'm bleeding out of my asshole.
Okay, well, I wasn't going to tell him. I was going to leave that up to you.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get you healthy.
Yeah.
This is
And
not from stress, is it?
sorry for TMI, and this is totally recording, so whoever's watching it, I'm
No TMI here.
It's just your buds. So if you need help, like if you get something scheduled or whatever with the surgeon, we will start slamming your team. But I want to message your team before the end of the 12 days. Sound good?
sounds good. My dormants are getting a message tonight.
Okay. All right. And I was going to wait until that, and then I'll do something like Johanna did for Rachel.
Okay.
To your peeps. So there will be no group photo on Wednesday, January 8th when we get there, which, Michelle, you're probably like, great, I get my red jacket and I don't even get to be a part of the photo, but you'll get photos of you with Debbie and the good stuff.
You'll never see those photos anyways.
You'll never see it.
And,
And everybody's always like, what do you do with it? And I have no idea. Kathy Mitchell was like, it's, on my wall. It takes up the whole thing, and it's a huge landscape form. Then there's something that night from 7:30 to 9:30 called the Norwex Experience. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but it's Susan Lehman Brock that's her baby. So that's new, and I believe that's everybody. It is everybody. Thursday the 9th, I wasn't taking fantastic notes, so doors open at 7:45. It's an 8:30 a.m. start. We go through the day, and then we have a free night. So that would be lunch on Norwex. There's a guest speaker that day, and then we have a free night. So we'll do something. We'll go to dinner. We did go to a really, really, really good place while I was there this time. It's called Harvest. Super easy to get to. Good food, kind of pricey, good drinks. I mean, I had a burger. It was $18. It was amazing, though, like farm to table, everything. Small menu.
Reservations like now?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We were able to kind of walk in, but we probably had 30 people in the place. Norwex did. And Terry Cook paid for everybody's alcohol.
Oh my gosh.
She's such a party girl. And then we got back to the hotel, and she paid for everybody's alcohol.
That's like goals. Don't you want to be like the old Norwex mama that's in the bar when you're older and just like, girls, I got your drink.
Yes. Yes, I do. Then Friday, it's an awards session, so it's not a gala. The awards session is during the day. And then that night, there's a dance party from 8:30 to 10:30. The meal will be like bars and buffet style, so lots of food options, lots of plenty of food, like a full
What
meal.
are we wearing? Like, we're not dressing
I
up.
wanted to do something like we could do whatever. There is no theme. We could have a theme. It's not a gala. So I told Johanna, I was like, maybe we should do like cowgirl, shabby chic. It is Kentucky. But then I'm like, I don't know. We don't have to do cowgirl. Like, I'm sorry. I see your face, Rachel.
I don't dress up for Halloween. That was the most
No,
I
me
dressed
neither,
up for
right?
a party
So-
on Facebook.
That was good, by the
I
way.
shoved myself in a 4-year-old's costume. You couldn't
Oh.
see me, but it was like,
Oh my gosh, that part I did not know.
I love you, Rachel.
Saturday will be career level breakouts, and then we're going to close the whole thing with Grace Kehoho, who I guess is really amazing, and her big passion is coaching. So I'm excited about that.
I'm not gonna be able to Louisville probably.
You're not going to be able to what?
I probably won't be able to drink.
That's okay. I didn't really drink a whole lot. So she did buy drinks, but I had like I had one beer at dinner. I just haven't.
I got
been
liver
looking lately. Yeah, you better not be drinking. So if you have an idea, what do you think, Eileen? You're creative and
Yeah, Eileen, you're creative.
Of what we should all dress as. I feel like a color scheme rather than a flat out theme is
okay, that sounds really good.
cool.
I was just gonna say, I feel like something to make our team like cohesive, but not a theme.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Like a
Like-
color scheme, like with family pictures. You know how you have like a color scheme,
Yeah, it's like
that.
Okay. Shall we find a family picture on Pinterest and blast it out
Ugly
there?
sweaters.
I mean, what's good? 2020 vision, new decade. I don't know.
Katie Barnett did that with her team last year for the gala, and I loved it. Like they all wore this was for gala, so it was way more formal than
Yeah.
what we need to do. But her entire team wore like long maxi dresses, but they
Yeah.
were like all like rose gold tones and like
That's her thing. Yeah, rose
Yeah.
gold for sure.
and when they took a team picture, it just looked super pretty because everybody just like meshed,
Mhm.
you know. They were like grays and golds and
Gold.
I remember seeing them and was like, ooh.
Yeah, they all looked, and they're all like lace. They all looked really great.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking more like when I say shabby chic, kind of like those colors and like laces or whatever, you know, like just that pretty.
So that was, I can't remember if that was national or
I think it was national 2 years ago because I think it's the same year Jessica Roderick's team did the flappers.
Okay.
okay. Oh yeah, last year was silver, right?
All right, I have to charge.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll have to
We can
break.
think about it.
We'll brainstorm.
Let's brainstorm. We probably want to do
I'm
it. for, like,
over
the
silver.
weekend.
We've had to do
People are-
silver so many
People
times.
are going to be wanting to shop. So, yeah. All right.
Silver or sparkly?
No silver, no sparkles. Lace is
Green.
pretty.
I like gray.
She liked gray.
All I wear is black, white, and gray.
Yeah. I just folded all my clothes that I washed after being wherever I just was, and I had a stack of black. I'm like, this is bad.
Yeah. Literally all I wear is black.
No, I like love the little black dress, honestly, but
We can do that.
Oh, I have one.
It's kind of fun. Super easy.
it would be like easy unless we think of something.
And it's a
more-
dance party. It's not doesn't have to be formal, but
like
I mean, that's
the little black dress.
My only thing with that is I feel like last time we were pretty much all in black with sparks of pops of silver because it was silver after it was just done being sparkle. So everyone was like, I'm just wearing black and I'll wear
right. So I have to go get my van delivered to have tires put on it. You guys get on Pinterest.
money.
Rachel, just have Michael tell us what we should wear.
Yeah.
No,
You just
honestly.
tell us.
I'll ask him.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
If it
right.
were up to Scott Brown, it would be super, super, super short denim skirts and tank tops
Or leggings.
or leggings. Yeah.
I just had a vision of that. All of us having our picture taken with Debs.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I have 1 hour before my children get
Okay.
home, and I'm frantically trying to do as much.
All
Nope,
right,
I
guys.
hear the door unlocked. That means mine's home.
Thank you for your time.
right.
And we'll look for some posting in the leaders page about the, and once I connect with Eileen about Booking Blitz.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Good luck,
Yeah.
Michelle.